Through the years, the hero of time has thwarted the schemes of numerous villains, facing off against the wickedest adversaries in video game mythology and saving Hyrule from the clutches of evil, darkness, and destruction. This is the Raven Gamer's Top 5 Deadliest Legend of Zelda Villains. Debuting in The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, Zant is a Twilly, a race of Twilight beings descended from the Interlopers. Unlike the other Twilly, Zant wanted revenge for the exile of his people into the Twilight Realm. Although he was in line to rule the Twilly, because of his lust for power, the throne was given to Midna instead. After falling into a deep depression, Zant was approached by Ganondorf, posing as a god, and promised Zant power, immortality, and the throne of the Twilight Realm. With his new power, Zant overthrew Midna, turning her into an imp-like creature, and began his invasion of Hyrule by sealing the light of the souls away, turning the light world dark. Zant is extremely arrogant, initially appearing calm, yet as he becomes faced with the possibility of defeat, he takes on a more wild and insane persona. Zant is a cold and remorseless foe, turning his own people into shadow beasts. At one point, he held Midna in the light of one of the light spirits without hesitation. Instilled with and corrupted by Ganondorf's evil magic, Zant is a powerful opponent with vast magical ability, able to exist in the light without harm and walk on water or air. He can also change his size, manipulate the surrounding environment, teleport, and create phantoms of himself. He is even able to overpower the sacred light spirits. Zant can open portals between the two realms without need of the Mirror of Twilight, corrupt the light world with Twilight matter, and fire dark energy rapidly. Zant also possesses great physical strength and agility, accomplishing feats that even Dangoro would struggle with. Because of his complete lack of compassion, insane personality, ruthless actions, and vast magical and physical strengths, Zant, the Usurper King, earns a number 5 spot on this list of Deadliest Legend of Zelda villains. Our number 4 holder gives flair to the word psychopath. Ghirahim is the psychopathic and sadistic servant of the Demon King Demise and the spirit of his sword. His only purpose is to release his master and relentlessly pursue Zelda to do so. With the ability to sense her presence, Ghirahim is always on her heels. Ghirahim has an explosive personality and is prone to sudden changes in his mood and behavior, becoming increasingly melodramatic, colorful, and downright creepy. He is merciless, violent, and relishes tormenting his victims. During Link's battles with him, he frequently licks his lips, and after landing a blow, will even lick his blade. Ghirahim has no concept of personal space, appearing directly behind Link while lashing his tongue about demonically. He has a flair for the dramatic with exaggerated mannerisms and appears somewhat honorable as he promises Link that he won't murder him as it would be unfair. He then promises to deafen Link's ears with the shrill sounds of his own screams, and then not to kill him but would rather beat him to within an inch of his life. Conceited in vain, Ghirahim considers himself superior to everyone else. He teleports randomly, and with just a snap of his finger he can animate inanimate objects, create massive barriers, summon hordes of monsters, materialize weapons out of thin air, summon tornadoes, fire beams of light from the sky, and generate electricity from his hands. He can even summon a metallic skin impervious to even the Master Sword. As if his magical prowess wasn't enough, Ghirahim also possesses superior strength, agility, and is a master swordsman. Skilled with a number of bladed weapons, which can be summoned at will, he uses telekinesis to hurl these blades at Link. He is even able to catch Link's sword with his bare hands and disarm him, using Link's own Master Sword against him. For his lack of mercy, compassion, and humility, along with his vast and incomprehensible magical aptitude, the psychotic demon lord Ghirahim deserves the number 4 spot on our countdown of Deadliest Legend of Zelda villains. Also referred to as the Prince of Darkness, Ganondorf Dragmire is the embodiment of pure evil, greed, and power. He is the incarnation of the Demon King Demise and often wields the Triforce of Power. Ruthless, cold, and calculating, Ganondorf's lust for power is unquenchable and his ego unparalleled. Ganondorf is deceptive and manipulative, falsely vowing allegiance to the King of Hyrule only to gain access to Princess Zelda and the royal family, allowing Link to purge the temples of monsters to draw Princess Zelda out of hiding after she flees the castle, and allows him to open the door of time to gain access to the Triforce. Wherever Ganondorf is, darkness follows. After assuming the throne of Hyrule, the kingdom is transformed into a nightmarish realm of fear and horror. While in exile in the Twilight realm, the realm becomes gripped with sorrow and despair. Even the sacred realm turns into the dark world after the sages banish Ganondorf there. Ganondorf is indeed wicked, and he commits genocide by feeding the Gorons to Volvagia to spark the eruption of Death Mountain in order to destroy Kakariko Village. His hatred is sacrilegious and can be seen in Twilight Princess by his desecration and decapitation of the statue of the goddess Hylia. Ganondorf's abilities vary from game to game, but with or without the Triforce of Power, he is a formidable adversary. Generally, Ganondorf is a master swordsman, can open portals to other realms, create magical barriers to imprison Princess Zelda, summon fire and monsters, create phantom copies of himself, hurl balls of dark magic, and collapse the floor of his throne room with just a single punch. In Twilight Princess, he was able to bestow immortality to Zant, possess Princess Zelda, create a magic barrier massive enough to surround Hyrule Castle, transform into a beast, summon phantom riders, and turn into a great fiery entity. Typically, Ganondorf possesses some form of immortality, susceptible only to the Master Sword and Silver Light arrows. He is even able to survive being impaled in the chest by the Warlock Blade. He has an impressive build, towering over 7 feet tall and strong enough to break binding chains. Ganon is the final transformation of Ganondorf, completely consumed and corrupted by the Triforce of Power. Whatever shred of humanity remained in Ganondorf, if any, is completely absent in Ganon. He is vile and wicked, his cold heart filled only by hatred and desire for power. Through him, the sacred realm was transformed into the Dark World. Ganon is able to erect massive barriers, create portals between realms, and able to possess even the priests of Hylia, forcing them to do his bidding. He can teleport, conjure darkness, transform into a fiery bat, summon and control fire, telekinesis, summon monsters, and collapse the floor of his throne room at will. Ganon is also a master of a number of bladed weapons, including the Trident. He towers above all other races and possesses superhuman strength, able to wield 2 enormous swords with ease. Ganon is immortal, immune to all but the most sacred of weapons, and even then his consciousness is able to persist disembodied. Like Ganondorf, Ganon's hunger for conquest is insatiable, but as the Dark Wizard his powers are limitless, and his evil and hatred is surpassed only by one other:
Demise.
Making his debut in The Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword, the Demon King Demise is the original source of all evil in Hyrule. Demise is vicious, lacking of compassion and views humanity as weak, yet maintains a sense of honor, agreeing to duel Link and even takes his defeat in stride, referring to Link as a paragon among humans. Prior to his death, however, he curses Link, stating,
You fight like none of my other demon I ever have. Though this is not the end, my hate never perishes. It is born anew and cycles with no end.
Demise is monstrous, dwarfing Link and with incredible strength. He wields a large sword looking similar to a dark version of the Master Sword, which he is exceptionally adept with. Demise controls hordes of monsters and demons, is able to open portals in time, summon lightning, and he even has a version of Link's Skyward Strike. More than anything else, a portion of Demise is eternal. Not even the goddess Hylia was able to do more than seal him away. Even with the Master Sword, Link could merely bind him within the blade. After being sealed by Hylia, Demise was able to partially break free as the Imprisoned and influence the events unfolding in Hyrule. For being the source of all evil in Hyrule and giving us such a beloved franchise, the Demon King Demise is crowned #1 and bestowed the title
of the Deadliest Legend of Zelda villain.